Mm. All right. Like it. Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, we are in September. September to remember. Uh, yeah. The it feels to me like crunch time now. Like like crunch time. So I would have mentioned in my previous video um, about the whole thing with the Schumann resonance, how the energy is shifting, it's altering extremely fast, and a lot of this would have tied in then to like some of the stuff that I would have personally been going through last year. So a lot of it is from reference from that. Because I have noticed within the physical reality manifest, uh, everything actually lined up from last year inside of myself, right? So I'm seeing a lot of it playing out right now through my perception, right? Uh, so I would have also mentioned that a huge transformation took place for me right after my solar return, which is my birthday, this month, going into October, November, right? Then December for me was me like completely shift, like letting go of everything. I did the that's when I kicked off the colon. Was it then? Yeah, right. I did. Yep, yep, yep. I did do a full on colon cleanse, getting rid of the mucoidal plaque based on the instructions of my higher consciousness, my higher self. Um, for you, it may come as an intuitive nature. You may just feel guided to do something, to go somewhere. Um, always remember to, it comes with a flow. It can be very hard at times, especially if the ego gets in the way with the intuitive nature, with the intuitive messages that you may be receiving. A lot of right now, the consciousness is receiving a lot more upgrades through the energy, a lot of downloads, a lot of uploads, uplinks, a lot of processing is going on. Um, that guidance to go within is very, very strong right now. And again, the perceived reality on the external is, you can see it as like a previous thought pattern or previous uh, seed that was planted for the most part. Uh, at least from my experience of being in like a looping cycle for years. Well, at least it seemed like years. I think maybe about 4 years. Um, and the one thing that was holding back me was me. It was me all along. Right? So with me shifting with my consciousness, just surrendering, my ego surrendering, that shift then got out of there, shifted, graduated. Graduated, then I literally graduated from from college, from university. Yeah, so for me that was it happened internally and then it happened externally, right? So I'm taking that's my well that and other experiences in terms of the internal external. That was my template. So last year, it would have been a lot of like thought processing, clearing within the emotions, clearing within a lot of aspects of like letting go, Again, I would have speaked about this in previous videos. Uh, So I think right now we're we're moving into multiple perceptual realities. There's the whole thing with the so-called theory of multiple worlds. I don't think it's a theory. I think if you watch like the presentation on D-Wave, which is a quantum computer, the guy explains it right there. He says, "Yo, like our quantum computer is able to prove that there are multiple worlds in existence." Right. So if I move my hand like this, there are multiple worlds with my hand doing this. Some worlds or some realities where my hand goes up, this way, that way, down, with two hands up, three fingers up, all five fingers spread out like this, or the like this. Multiple realities. If you could see it like that, like it look like this, like just multiple. Right? I got my phone in different orientations. My face doing all kind of like contortions and stuff like that, based on multiple realities, multiple worlds, infinite realities, infinite worlds. Those who would have watched Doctor Strange, they would have explained that. They would have explained that time sequences, timelines, all kind of things. Right? Star Trek even explained that. Multiple realities. Our pineal gland or our third eye is able to perceive those multiple realities. Our heart, right? We tune into our heart sequence. We basically go through a wave function collapse. They even show you that in quantum physics, where they say that when we don't observe, and again they would explain this in my, when we don't observe it, it goes into infinite, right? Infinite possibilities, wave function, all possibilities exist simultaneously. When you focus on one expectation, you have one preset notion, one program. Depending on your program, you have an assumption. You have an assumption that gravity is active, and when you jump, you fall, right? In some worlds, that isn't the assumption. In some worlds, gravity doesn't exist, or it doesn't work like that. The mechanics doesn't work like that. So beings are able to fly, right? That's why in your dream sequence or your thought projections, you're able to do certain things that you wouldn't be able to do in this simulation, in this realm, or at least until you actually activate more of your centers and move into a higher sequence. Get me? So infinite worlds. So right now we're moving into, again, like multiple gates. I think the beginning of this year I would have, yeah, February, I would have seen a sequence or a vision where you would have had like I was presented with a choice. Now I don't know how many, I know other people would have gotten like a choice similar to this, but it came to me like this, right? There was a choice of experiencing fear, or yeah, buying into the fear, feeling the fear right straight throughout, right? Living in that reality of fear, and the fear train was a long train on a red road going on a very long ass road to a destination. You know, honestly, the destination looked the same as the one on the top road, and I mean, it's not about, well, I want to say correct. Well, let's say that most paths or all paths lead back to source, right? What I saw it was hard for me to see where the red road was going with the train. with everybody like kind of like in fear, right? And then there was another road, what looked to be like a platform, right? Platform above this red road, and right right here was a portal, like a stargate, right there. And my consciousness told me, you have a choice. You could choose. You could choose either to go on the fear train, right? Or you could go into the portal. And I see a lot of it happening in terms of the two realities, the two perspectives. Again, I would have mentioned in the previous video, we're seeing two major timelines or like major parallel realities, and then there are like enough little multiple little variances in between of certain outcomes. Everybody like kind of like, you see, I told you it's gonna happen, and all kind of thing. There's so many different realities, like in some instances, like all based on how you see it, like it's gonna manifest like however you see it. So we gotta pay attention to our thoughts, and we gotta dive deep in ourselves and see what assumptions do we have on the reality, like what projections do we put out there, like what are we observing, right? Consciously and also unconsciously. Are we painting our reality, or is the program set that within our consciousness from the programming of all the movies and stuff like that, drawing out the sequence for us, drawing out the painting? You get what I mean? The dystopia future, the brave new world type society. Check out that series, by the way. Please check it out. It's crazy. Brave New World. But yeah, the energy is extremely high. I would like to know how everyone is feeling, what they're experiencing. You can leave a comment down below. And yeah, a lot is definitely going on. I have sessions available if anyone is interested, and yeah, so wholesome faith, and again, tune into the heart. We are moving really fast, rapidly into a new paradigm. See my yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm trying to make shorter videos, but there's so much to share. So yeah, so wholeness.